What's going on, people? This is a special Smoke This Over. And I've been toiling, and thinking when I should talk about this, how I should talk about this, and everything. And I discussed it on this past Thursday when it came to Trump and Elon Musk. And, well, I decided for some of the people that might be like, out of all the things that Trump has done, why is this upending everything he's doing? Well, I'm about to make it simple for you. And we're going to have a little conversation and talk about all this good shit. So, and I ain't even going to be up here long because, like I said, I wasn't looking to record today. I was off today. But I said, why not? Why not? So, time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge, a special edition. You know what it is. You know who I am, Carol the Silver Champ, a.k.a. the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link on mylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Sponsors. Eroticismmagazine.com, blusherotica.com, Past That Apparel on TeePublic, Past That Inhalation Partners. Also, smokekind.com, hit the referral link to get the best THCA mailed to your door, people. Smoker tested, smoker lounge approved. As well as you see behind me, Sarah JCBD.com. Get her self-care products, the bath bomb, the cream, and even for the freaky shit, she even got lube. Yo, trust me, it's worth every penny. Use promo code BOBBIE, Bobby, to get 10% off your order. So, you know you can do. Find me in the mornings at fullswatradio.com 5 days out the week. Also, sgpradio.com, as well as skyhyperdarktv.com. So, well, I had a good chuckle when I recorded Thursday. And like I said, after everything from the tariffs to cutting Medicaid, the people getting laid off, the immigration that actually, to be honest, some of the people that voted for him getting picked up by ICE. Jeffrey Epstein is the one thing that got his MAGA base pissed at him. And it's not just the diehard MAGAs. What's really hurting him is the podcasters, the people that endorsed him. They are pissed. And I know a lot of people probably wondering, why? Why this? Well, if you've been under a rock, the right, has been talking about the Jeffrey Epstein case. They're supposed to be in a client list, sex trafficking of minors, he's a pedophile, plus also a whole bunch of other shit, right? Even on the espionage shit. Yeah, but anyway, it was a CIA operative. But anyway, I digress. This is just about the pedophile stuff. So he gets found guilty. Giselle Lane, Maxwell, excuse me, whatever her name is. Yeah, Giselle Maxwell. She gets put behind prison for aiding and abetting. Yes, when they raid the whorehouse, the piano player get taken down too. So Trump, which many of his promises, many he has kept, actually. He said he's going to do the deportation. He been deporting the fuck out of motherfucker. He said he's going to pass this big, beautiful bill, all this shit. But one of the things that his base wanted was the releasing of sensitive government documents and files. They wanted MLK. They wanted JFK. They wanted Malcolm X. But they wanted the alien shit. But, that ain't gonna happen. But they wanted Epstein. Because rich pedophile that was sex trafficking. Who was he sex trafficking to? There ain't no client list. Trump was his best friend. Now, mind you, MAGA looked past that. That him and Trump was buddy. They were tight like thieves. And one day, he kicked him out of his home, Mar-a-Lago, and they weren't friends no more. Boo-hoo. But anyway, so Trump made it a point, and he even said on the campaign trail that he was going to release the Epstein Files. I remember when he got in office, Pam Bondi, the FBI people, and his crew came to the White House lawn. Each of them had a copy of the Epstein file. You can see it clearly on the folder. Recently, they asked Bondi about it. She said, they asked about the list. She said it's on my desk. Now, she didn't say the Epstein file, she said the list, because people wanted the list. This is what this is about. They wanted to see who was his clientele, who was this list of people that he supplied. Mainly, they want it to be Democrats. They want it to be Hillary Clinton and Obama, and they want the Democrats to be a cabal that sucks the blood out of babies, and they're lizards with human skin, like V. But you see, we forgot about QAnon. That's part of the MAGA base. So they're expecting these files to be released. They were expecting a bombshell. And understand this, every right-wing conspiracies, podcaster, YouTuber, commentator, a lot of Trump's cabinet wanted wanted this out there. Oh, he gonna do something that Biden didn't have the balls to do. Even though a lady did say this on one of the news shows, it's gonna have to be a lot of legal wrangling for that to even go down. Because, I mean, yeah, Trump might be consider himself king, but he's still the president of the United States. A lot of shit can be blocked by a judge. I'm just saying. So they're looking for this list. They believe, been told that there's a list. Let me make this clear. They were told there's a list by the GOP. See, Trump keeps saying, no, it's lies, it's bullshit made by the Democrats. No, because you want to know why? A lot of people are like, well, why didn't Biden? Because Biden was like, the motherfucker already in prison and he killed himself. Why the fuck? Who cares? Only the GOP kept that going. I forgot all about the fact them motherfuckers was trying to get that damn file open. But The day comes, and Pam Bundy. Now, this was so funny, right? Low key, the way they announced it, it was kind of like, we're going to say it real quick, and hopefully they ain't paying attention type announcement. I don't think she even announced it on TV. I think it was a tweet. I can't remember, but the announcement was the findings of the FBI, the DOJ, was that there was no client list and he did not get killed. He died of suicide. They even had a videotape that was which they put out that showed the time before he died in the prison. And then they came back and said there was a tape that's missing 3 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, this is about to get crazy. Now, well, Pam Bondi puts that out there. Now, normally Trump says something, it's gold. It's solid. There's no questioning, no argument. He said the election was stolen. MAGA never questioned it. They believed it. I mean, they still saying it to this day. And the motherfucking president now. Funny, when he loses, the election is rigged. When he wins, oh, it's fair and just. Okay. So they announced the shit, and they thought that MAGA world was gonna be like, oh, damn, that's fucking terrible. I thought it was gonna be more there. Shit. Oh no, they was like, what? Oh, y'all lying. No, motherfucker, no. Trump, nobody say you gonna release the shit, nigga. The fuck? No, y'all lying, y'all bullshitting. There is a list. What y'all trying to hide? So MAGA, this whole thing is simply this. MAGA don't believe that there's not a list. MAGA does not believe that when they did the investigation, that what they found is what they found. Now, me, I don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't give a shit. The man been put behind bars. He's dead, and the bitch that was with him. Now, is there other motherfuckers that need to be prosecuted? Probably so. But am I expecting that to happen? Yeah. You'd be waiting to the end of time for that to happen. So MAGA don't believe that there's nothing there. They believe there's something there. And he has went as far to hit up some of the podcasters, I guess through whatever means, to kind of get them to quell the shit, but it ain't being quelled. Like I said, I have all the things that Trump has done in 2 presidencies. It is a conspiracy that is fucking him up. So now the question is, he told Pam Bondi to do the transcripts, the testimony. That's not going to quiet down. See, Trump, once again, thinks he's a king, right? He thinks he's a king. He's not. I even heard that he's right now swelling something to do with his veins or some shit. And y'all was questioning Biden's health. See, what's really hurting MAGA is that the whole purpose of why they went behind Trump was because he was the outsider, not realizing he's an insider. He is one of them. I don't understand why people don't get is rich versus poor. This is not white, black. This is tax brackets. He is one of them. The big beautiful bill that y'all love so much, that y'all so proud of, is helping more of him become more rich, while y'all are sitting here struggling to pay for eggs. Now MAGA is questioning. Damn, it took Jeffrey Epstein. It took a dead, convicted pedophile and the possibility of a list for y'all to question Trump's sincerity. That speaks to a lot, actually. That speaks a lot to the people that voted for him that was MAGA. I'm not talking about the people that voted MAGA. Die hard, make Machiavelli the fool. The fool. Let me tell you why. Y'all believe anything and trust nothing. Y'all believed that because he was a real estate mogul who was a celebrity, that he knew how to run the country, knows how to make the country more money, and knows how to do certain things. Y'all thought that because he was not a politician and he did not come up through the ranks of being as a politician, that he's a complete outsider, what so the fuck ever out this bitch, that y'all thought that if he had anything, that if there was a possibility of a scandal that involved his ass, you don't think he would do what any other politician would do? Cover his ass? He has showed you his hand for 2 years, but y'all want to see otherwise. And I said it. I don't give a fuck. Y'all get mad. I told y'all what was going to happen. That's why I'm sitting back eating popcorn watching this shit. I'm just waiting out 4 years because then he'll be gone. He'll be gone. Hopefully the next president is way better than this motherfucker and smarter. Y'all believe the fool know what he was doing. So when the opportunity for him to really be what y'all thought he is, transparent, gun-ho, against the deep state, don't cover up shit, want America to know everything, I wish y'all would move on. Y'all are weaklings. Y'all doing with the Democrats. He tried to blame on the Democrats. Normally, MAGA go with that. They said, oh, no, motherfucker, you got to eat this. No, this had nothing to do with Biden. You said you were going to release the shit. Y'all said it was released. And it's funny that the election was rigged. There was no insurrection. But Jeffrey Epstein was the one conspiracy that has stuck that is fucking up things. And it's all because they are looking at Trump as, you are actually one of them. You are not one of us. You are no different than any other president. You are no different than any other white dude that's worth millions, that's in power, that want to make sure that he stays in power and with those millions. Y'all missed the boat. Y'all fucked around and found out. So now, will this lead to a midterm that will be a kind of bluish? Possibility. Because what can you do to Trump? Right now, he's not going to run again. And right now, the possibility of even doing a third, it ain't happening. Even unless he gonna change, unless he gets to where they change the Constitution, it ain't gonna happen no way. But right now, he's not looking trustworthy to MAGA. But when y'all gonna learn, people of a certain status and of money, they're gonna think about the money. He don't want it, regardless of the fact that, okay, what if hypothetically some of the testimony mentions that Trump was around? Not active, but around. That he had knowledge of what was going on. That's why he cut him off. But he knew for a minute. I'm just saying, hypothetically. But yeah, because regardless, his name is in there, and see, like I said before, it's people, y'all got to vote to your tax bracket, not because you like the motherfucker like that. Likability is part of it, but it's durability. It can do the job, and smartly. All these tariffs popping up and all this shit, and y'all really think we gonna eat good? See, the businesses, Walmart just sit here and said they should have went up, what, 51 cents, $51? The fuck? Once again, y'all elect the fool, and then when you find out he's a fool, and what's so funny, it was something foolish that everybody is pissed off about. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to be the unpopular opinion. If, hypothetically speaking, if, not even if, we're just going to go with what the DOJ says, that there's no list. He did not get murdered. There's no murder plot. He killed himself. MAGA base is so determined for a list to be there, and that this conspiracy is so true that they're willing to they're willing to revolt on Trump for it. Your base has came home to roost, Mr. President. You said, I can tell them anything, they believe it. I can shoot somebody in the middle of Times Square and I'll get off and still get elected. You actually have gotten elected and you a felon. But when you couldn't make good on conspiracy theory and transparency of thus files to your base that you know is dead passionate about conspiracy theories, and especially that one, now you reeling for the first time in two. It ain't never been like this. It ain't never did. This beat the pandemic. And people, we ain't even got out the first year. And like I said, the midterms is coming. But see, the question is with the Democrats is this. Who is y'all candidate? Who's the leader? I don't know. Anyone talked about it. Anyone mentioned it. But yeah, who's in face of the Democratic Party right now? Be funny as your boy is the speaker. Well, excuse me, the head of the Senate or the House, whatever I mean the Senate. When he spoke for 8 hours. God damn, boy, that's serious speech. That's like writing and improv. But even more so, I ain't gonna stay much longer. It's like I said, that what it comes down to is that some of the MAGA base now here's the key though. Is this gonna stick? Because he talked about the tariffs, but that ain't even, put it this way, Fox News is still talking about it. And there's none more public than them. And then, like I said, just the fact of the letter. Okay, Trump wrote that shit, man. It's kind of like, no, this is what MAGA want. Just say it. Yeah, I wrote it to him. It was birthday. We buddy, you know what I'm saying? Me and we went out. We fucked some bitches. No, the bitches was of age. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing I said with Dr. Shane Bryan. If you be your real self, people was expecting Trump to be his real self. The problem is that they saw the facade as his real self. That was not him. People been saying it. Trump is for self. Trump is for him and his people. He sit here and tell you day in, day out, he would love to be in a position like Putin. Ain't this the same dude that said the war would be over? All the wars would be over once he got in. Well, guess what? We coming up to a year and the wars are intensifying. They intensifying. They ain't getting better. Hey, I don't think we had a ceasefire that lasted about 2 days since Trump been in office. See, people, y'all got to understand, it's to the MAGA people that actually listen to my podcast. I'm not knocking you. It's just this what it took for y'all to actually wake up. See, that's why I said two buzzwords. Rich and pedophile. They wanted to see, people want those rich motherfuckers that was fucking those young girls. And here's something interesting. Have y'all seen an interview of any of the victims? Ever since that trial, we ain't heard from them. We ain't seen them. There ain't been no interview, no nothing. And so, and it's funny because Trump was saying he wants to sue Wall Street Journal. You don't think Rupert Murdoch, one of the most powerless men in the world, that is equal, probably richer than you right now at this point in time, ain't got the lawyers? And Trump don't want to go through no lawsuit because that means now we get to look into your books, Mr. Trump. And look how long it took before we saw his tax returns. We still ain't seen a bill of health hardly. And why should I believe the doctors? So you tell me the next bill of health, oh, he's helping the motherfucker. But them ankles swelling like a motherfucker and them hands are swelling. Yeah, people, because you're getting old. Y'all elected an old dude. And you think we're becoming a stronger nation in the eyes of the world? No. They say China. Well, guess what? They're setting China up to be the next world power over us. But that's a conversation for another day. The point being is, I just want to enlighten y'all on why this is not going away yet. Like I said, I'm curious to see how this is going to play. Because I know a lot of people saying, well, the Democrats can use it as a rallying cry, but it depends on how they use it. Because the one thing that Trump is losing from the MAGA base is trust. And that's the one thing that he had with them. Trust and belief. And that belief is that he was different. He might be rich. He might be a celebrity, but he's one of us. He's going to help us get money. He's going to help the black folk. He's going to get rid of the immigrants, the criminal immigrants. Guaranteed there's been more immigrants that are not criminals that have been picked up than there have been criminals. And the criminals they're looking for probably still over here chilling. See, like I said before, it's not to put down the MAGA base or anything, but I'm just gonna say this. If it took a conspiracy theory for y'all to finally say fuck him, I have a lot of questions. That's all I'm going to say. I have a lot of questions. Just questions. I don't feel like going into asking the questions on this show. There have to be a personal off-camera thing with a MAGA. It's a lot of yo. Machiavellian said the best. It is better to be the fool than to be the smartest man in the room. Because the fool is who they want to see. So with that being said, life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this.